Guys, what's up? Got another installment. Um, I'm now on the driver's side, and what you see in front of you is my driver rear frame rail. This thing is pretty done. It it's at its last legs, and I gotta remove it. But luckily for me, my whole frame rail isn't bad. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do a patch repair using that over there as my new frame rail and getting rid of this crap. I've seen a lot of how-to videos, and I've talked to a lot of people over doing these jobs and read a lot of magazines and books, but ultimately you got to find your own way, and every project is different. And for mine, I came up with this idea of cutting this out, but also using points of reference. And what I came up with was this little contraption over here. And in this contraption, which is not really too visible with the light, in a second, yeah, okay. This contraption over here, I have my weight, which is my jack and my 30-pound dumbbell, and what that's holding up is my leaf spring. You can see the gap there, because if you don't have something to counterweight it, the spring will actually be hitting your frame rail and distorting your measurements, which I'll tell you about in a second, that you got to take. In terms of the other thing you see here with the clamp, what I did was I wanted to make a reference for the whole location of the leaf spring, because I know its height and everything else is pretty critical for not having a car that's offset or lopsided. So what I did was I put the bushing and the shackle in its correct location. I used the bushing and the bolt to align the dead center of the hole. In doing so, I now have that point of reference, so when I cut out this crap, I can actually get a general gist of its location, and it's clamped down to the leaf spring, so when I cut this out, I'll be good to go. I've done a lot of measurements, and you will need to as well. What I used a combination of my measuring tape and my vernier calipers. You should definitely invest in a pair. These are digital. They cost me $30. I have more advanced ones that I use at work that have more precise measurements, but for car work, this is fine. So you can get a better look at that. Yep, and it's digital, so I don't need thousandths to an inch. I just need a general reference, and this will give you a pretty good measurement. The measurements you want to take is from a point of location that is stationary, that won't move. What I did was I took references from this edge right here to this edge over here. I took those and I took them in. Basically every measurement that I did was either off that edge or off this corner, and using my calipers I measured from this point to my edge, and they're the same on the new and the old. Roughly, they're a few thousandths off, but that's not going to be missed. In terms of all my other measurements, I took from here to the floor, and I took only to be used as a confirming dimension. I took a measurement from the center of this frame rail to the center of my other frame rail, which I already replaced. So that's how, I did those, and so you got a gist. This is what those dimensions look like. You can see I got, I referenced the driver, the passenger side. I also referenced height off the ground from that corner point, also where the rear is, and also what my center to center dimension is from frame rail center to frame rail center. So that all that is now known. So now I have my 3 points of reference. So I should be able to put this back. Not to mention I got a 4th point of reference as noted before with this hole. So now when I put this in, I could check everything else and make sure that it's perfect. So, till next time.